Good morning, 8th class. Yes, dear students, yesterday we have started the recapitulating the chapter that is the resources. Now today I am continuing with the same. So, dear students, now I am continuing the most important question of this chapter, that is a renewable and non-renewable resources. 95% this question will be there in your exams. 95%, and not in your exam, even up to 9th level also this question is there. So renewable, first of all, the things which get renewed easily, quickly or easily. Next, the question will be there, the differentiate between renewable and non-renewable resources. So first point I have discussed of renewable. Second point, non-renewable, the things which cannot be renewed easily. Cannot be renewed easily. Okay, the next, the renewable resources, they are the new resources, second point, and non-renewable, they are the old resources. Now I am telling you why I am calling that new and old resources. Beta ji, non-renewable resources, because we are using these resources from the last many of the years. And new resources, we are having the sunlight and air from the starting of the earth, when the earth was started life. Then also we are having sunlight and wind energy with us, but later on we have realized its power. So that's why we called as a new resources, and these are the old resources. These are limited in nature. Non-renewable, limited in nature, means the quantity is limited, and here the quantity is unlimited. Next, the renewable resource, they do not create pollution. Do not create pollution. And these create pollution. The last one, you can give the example that solar energy and wind energy, example of renewable resource. And for non-renewable resource, coal, petroleum, the natural gas, these are the example of non-renewable resource. So my dear students, this will be the most important question of this chapter, that what do you understand, or what do you differentiate between renewable and non-renewable resources. The most important, again and again I am telling you, the most important question of this chapter. Now next question, mainly in this chapter, or maximum they are the differentiate questions. One I have already highlighted, that renewable and non-renewable resource. Second one is the ubiquitous and localized. Again, differentiate between ubiquitous and localized. Resources that are found everywhere, like air we breathe, are called the ubiquitous resources, and examples are air, water. And the resources which are found only in certain places, only at fixed places, the examples are copper, iron ore, or all minerals. So these are called the ubiquitous and localized. Again, one differentiation is there. So differentiate between ubiquitous and localized, and differentiate between renewable and non-renewable resource. So these are the two questions on this page. Third, I have discussed in my previous video. I am just highlighting again, that is the biotic and abiotic resource. 3 on this page. Okay. Now the next one. Yesterday we have discussed about the different kinds of the natural resources. Now the human made resources. Human made resources, that means the human which change the resources or which make the resources with their knowledge and skills, with the help of their knowledge and skills. So the examples can are buildings, bridges, roads, machinery, vehicles. These all are human made resources. So people, we use natural resources to make human made resources. Okay, now next one is the human resources. Some people are there, those who are offering their services, they are called as a human resource. Like in COVID-19, who is the best human resource we are having? Yes, my dear students, doctors. Those are still doing their jobs for the 24 hours because they are busy for the 24 hours, and because we are needed them a lot, even they are not going to their homes because they are serving to us. When all the world, the people, they are living, they are staying in the home and they are protecting themselves, still at this time the doctors, they are on the toes, they are still on the job. So they are all considered in a human resource. And many other human resources are there, like the teachers, still giving the lectures on virtual teaching. Everybody is busy in their work. Next one is the many other are there, like the lawyer also, means those who are offering their services, they are included in the human resource. Okay. Now the most important, one of the most important question of this chapter, again conserving resources. That this question can be there. How you save your resources, how you conserve your resources. How you conserve your resources. Yes, my dear students, it's our moral responsibility to conserve our resources, because when we are having all the things, so it's our responsibility to pass all such things to our future kids. Like if our parents are giving us something, so as a parent, it's my responsibility also to give all the things to my children also. So when we are saving the environment, then environment is saving to us. So it's our moral responsibility to use all the resources carefully and giving them time to get renewed. This is called resource conservation. 1 mark question can be here. And the second 1 mark question, that is a sustainable development. Carefully utilizing resources so that meeting the requirements, or the easy definition you can learn, that using resources carefully and saving them for future. That is called the sustainable development. Some principles of sustainable development, this can also be learned by you. Okay, so we have discussed all the things, all the questions in this chapter. Again, this question in your exercise also, like differentiate of the following potential and actual resource, ubiquitous and localized resources. These questions can be there. Okay, this is all for the day. You have to revise this question again, and we'll discuss the rest in our next video, in the next chapter for recapitalization. Okay.